Trump chose Christians. Why? Why would he choose Christianity? Because if you know anything about the church and Christians and Christianity, the very thing that is taught within the church is to be humble, meek, mild, not question leadership, and not question authority. It is the very epitome of keeping people silent, of keeping people beaten down so they don't ask questions and they just obey. Christians are become desensitized to truth, to reality, and to actually being abused. A lot of times, me coming out of the church, an ex-evangelical who is actually deconstructing all these pieces, I became desensitized to the abuse that I was around. But even for someone who is very vocal and speaks out like I do, I became very desensitized to the things around me that most people would be like, that's not okay and that's not logical. How could you fall for that? I can tell you how you can fall for it, because you become desensitized as a Christian. And you know what? And things become too difficult and they become too hard to stand in. Too much pain. Can't deal with the politics. So you bury your head in the sand and pretend as if it doesn't exist. Or you just say you're going to pray. And that's the problem. It is absolutely about taking action and standing up against a regime that is trying to take you out. If they're trying to take out the immigrant, guess what, friend? You're next. We are not special. And if you think that's not true, then you are completely deluded and you are the problem. We have to fight and we have to stand up. Take your head out of the sand. Start paying attention. Educate yourself. Truthfully, the Bible was so heavily mixed with politics. Do me a favor. Go research King James. You know the King James Version? Yeah, go research that and find out for yourself that he didn't actually write that himself. Yeah, shocker. Things get lost in translation. So if you're going to come to this table, you need to be educated. You need to know the historical context and the data. You need to recognize when you're actually being abused and when there is a wolf in sheep's clothing. He doesn't care about you, and he never has. He does not have your best interest at heart. It is only his. And for someone who grew up in the church, who grew up with a narcissistic father and was married to a narcissistic sociopath who was a worship pastor for 13 years, I will be the first one to tell you these tactics are plain as day for me. I hope you can hear the words that are coming out of my mouth. I hope you can heed this discussion to actually start to wake up to what is happening. We are in danger. We are in danger. We are not exempt from his racism, his ageism, all the isms, except for autism. Please, please hear what I'm saying. We gotta start a revolution against this, you guys.